I mean, what were your emotions like coming back here and just seeing all this reception and getting to speak with the kids?
It's amazing coming back and to have everyone out here. Especially, I think like 3/4 of my family is here as well. So it's nice. It's always great to come home, and the fact that everyone's so excited is really nice.
The talk heading into the tournament was you wanted to make a second week. You did that. Did you have a sense going in that you were primed to make it that deep, or was it something that Lindsay was telling you? What was the sense going into the Australian Open?
It was really just, again, it was I want to make a second week. I want to, play consistently well and, get better at being more consistent throughout the entire tournament. And that never changed up until walking out in the semifinals. It was, the same thought process. Nothing really changed, and I think that really helped me out.
Do you feel with your performance in the Australian, with the comments that Serena made after the match, the comments that are coming out, the expectations, do you feel that they're getting big for you? And if so, how do you manage those expectations moving forward?
It's one of those things where, like Billie Jean King always says, it's pressure is a privilege. It means that you're doing well. It means that you did something, and it's just one of those things where, we've had expectations on us before, and for me, I've kind of been lucky, not being the center of the U.S. up and coming and all that, but it's one of those things where at the end of the day, it's, all of my expectations come from me. I am definitely a person who always wants to do the best, and no matter what, I'm going to continue to stay like that, no matter what outside people are saying.
Is it possible to give us an idea of the amount of work and dedication that obviously you've put into over the years to reach this great point you're at?
It's taken a lot. It's taken a lot of hours. It's taken some crying after some matches. It's taken getting out of bed when I didn't want to get out of bed. But at the end of the day, having moments like that, it just, makes you just want to get back and start working hard again.
When you see those kids looking at you, that's got to be rewarding. Just what's that like to have all these kids here lined up and just eager on every word you say?
It's a different feeling, you can inspire a bunch of people to not only play tennis, but, just do whatever they want to do in life. And I think, being able to come back and talk to kids is probably one of my favorite parts.
You're going back on Sunday, you said. What's kind of this last week been like for you? Have you gotten a little bit of time off? And if so, is that nice, or have you still been working pretty hard?
I've gotten a little bit of time off, still been going to the gym. Haven't really been on a tennis court or hitting really. Just still trying to just get my leg back to 100%. But already have the practice schedule for the next week. Got that emailed to me a couple days ago, so looking forward to Monday.
So do you wake up in the morning with a different feeling now as a top 20 player, and knowing that you're going to go into tournaments as a seed, and that maybe you're... it's been that kind of that group of people. Who's the next American player? And
waking up in the morning still the same. My first thought is I really need some coffee, and then I probably have to go to practice. I think it'll always kind of be that way for me. And I just wake up and want to go out and do the best that I can do every day, and that's really all I can ask myself to do.
Do you feel any added pressure now, just with the success of the Australian Open?
Not really. I've definitely always been the person that puts the most pressure on myself. So I think 1,000 people could be telling me something and trying to add pressure, and it would not measure up to what I have going on in myself.
So you're getting a lot of recognition now, but you had your first WTA Tour win when you were 14. And so when did you realize that you had made it, or that you were going to make an impact on the tennis world?
As far as feeling like I've made it, I still quite don't feel like I have. There's definitely room for improvement, and when I'm standing there at the end of a week holding a trophy for winning a Grand Slam, that'll kind of be my moment where I say, I've done what I wanted to do, and I think even then, as soon as I'm done, I'm going to say I want to do this again.
How about coming back into this building after all your history here and having this day?
It's weird a little bit, just thinking about all the times I came here on a Saturday morning and was running out to the backcourts to get in on the clinic, and now, 12 years later, it's this. It's different, but it's always nice to come home.
If you sat around in these days, last few days with your sisters, and maybe just sat there and said, $500,000 in a couple weeks. Wow, that's a lot.
Not really. My sisters have definitely kept me grounded, and for me, it's being able to play and being able to do well and get far in a tournament means way more than anything else. So money's definitely an added bonus, but definitely not my favorite thing.
Have they had a wish list yet for you? Or?
They do not have a wish list now.
You're looking forward to getting back into it with Lindsay and everything next week?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely that person that finishes and is like, oh, I need a week-long break, and then 3 days into it, I'm thinking, okay, I'm over it. Let's get back to a tennis court. So definitely getting that way and ready to get back and start training again.
One other thing, with the time change, I mean, all these major tournaments, especially the U.S. Open, are overseas. Australian was 17 hours difference, 6 hours. How are you interacting with the fans back here, family and everything, when you're playing and it's 11 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning here?
It's Australia, weirdly, is actually one of the easiest places because it's so different that you have more than a couple hours here and there. Europe is definitely the hardest because you have about 4 hours a day where you're both awake. But you get used to it, and you know when you can call someone, when you can't, and we get pretty good at figuring out time zones.
Madison, I'm curious, what's your relationship like with the Williams sisters? I mean, obviously Lindsay Davenport's been a big part of your success as well, but how well do you know them in addition to competing with them?
I know them. We're not super close, but definitely see them around and talk and things like that. And they've always been super supportive of me and my career, and they've always been helpful. Always said if you need any help, anything like that, they're willing to help. And been on a couple of Fed Cup teams, and they're definitely lots of fun. So know them somewhat, but not super close.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.